This is like the fourth time since we opened this pool, which has been, I think, 3 weeks, that I have backwash, because this is how much rain we're getting. Look at it, it's almost at the top of the skimmer. And look at the junk in the skimmer. And I don't know if you can see it. A whole bunch of stuff in the middle of the pool too. So I'm about to backwash the filter again to drain some of this water down. So I don't know if this is the proper way of draining down your pool, I guess. Look at the stuff in there. Look at that. It's everything coming off the trees and everything. But anyways, this is what I do. I know that you I know that you're only supposed to backwash when the pressure gauge gets high. That means the filter's starting to get filled with stuff and starting to clog up. That's when you backwash. But this is how I drain the pool. I put it on the backwash. Turn it back on. It's gonna go through its priming stage. And then it should come out of there. All the way down there by the fence line. Oh. My drain pipe broke. Ay, ay, ay. Something else to tell you. So I'll backwash that for a little while. And then what I'll do is I'll put it on rinse, I believe. Yeah, rinse for just a few minutes after I backwash. People in our town have been reaching out to us. Which is strange. You know, my wife's been posting stuff on Facebook, like free stuff, you know, free baby stuff, kids stuff. You know, anybody want this or anybody want that? And then I've been posting stuff to get rid of some of my stuff out of the shed and everything. And so we've been doing that. And then there's been people reaching out to us through Facebook Messenger or texting us, because we know quite a few people in the town. And they're like, what's going on? What's happening? Why are you getting rid of all your stuff? And, you know, you're explaining yourself over and over and over again to each person that messaged you. You're kind of explaining what our plans are. But I do got to tell you that more of them, I don't know, I would say way more, almost all of them, what do you say, thinks that we're crazy. They say, you sure you want to do that? You got such a beautiful home, beautiful location, your family, your grandkids. And yeah, a lot of people are really kind of negative about it. Not negative, but they're very opinionated by it. And they're, oh, no, still got some ways to go with my backwash here. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Yeah, so, I mean, we have people that are supporting us, of course, but, you know, we do get a lot of messages, and after they realize once they know what we're doing, they start saying, ooh, I don't know about that, you know. I don't know what to think about all that. That whole pool, this pool is 18 feet, I think 18 feet by 33 feet long. And since I've been backwashing, it's probably down about an inch already. I think that's a quicker way to do it, is this way. But yeah, a lot of the townspeople, the townspeople have been reaching out to us. And then I don't know, it's a mixed bag of what what people think of what we're doing. It has me second guessing myself, but I'm excited as well. So, anyways, that is from one night. I just cleared it out last night about 10 o'clock p.m. and it's almost 8 o'clock a.m. and I'll take care of that. I'll throw the vacuum cleaner in there, the robot. You can see all of it. That's from these. I throw it in the fire pit. It's not that bad taking care of a pool. Just showing you what I'm doing. Alright, let's go put the vacuum in. Tell you, if you want a pool, you want one of these. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. I'm trying to do it with one hand. You just push this button. Push this button. She'll start bubbling up over there. Oh, there she goes. She'll run for like 2 hours. Approximately 2 hours. Here, I'll just let you guys watch it. Just kidding. I do gotta replace my backwash hose. It's got a big split in it. I'll pick up one off at Amazon. Oh, someone's coming to get my plow tomorrow. Nice. So we've been going through all our stuff in the house, and we're running out of room in the house. So we came up with the idea to start stuffing stuff in here, putting stuff in the shed. We have piles throughout the house. And this is all the plow stuff. And we got too many piles in the house and we can't even get around them, so we're going to start moving stuff out here. And the whole plan was to have a yard sale. Well, the whole plan was to have a yard sale this weekend. And we got washed out. Can't happen. We seem like we're just moving stuff around the house, a yard sale, this stuff, yard sale, and it just piles up there, and then we're like, yep, this weekend, nope. Nothing's been working out. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I gotta admit, not to complain. I'm not complaining. Believe me, I'm not. I don't know which way to look. Why do my eyes look like they're going that way? I'm not complaining. But it has been way more stressful than I thought it would be. Let me just leave it as that. But guess what? Going through my stuff, guess what I found? The original iPhone. 2007. You used to see how puny, it doesn't look puny. It's so small. It's tiny. It's so tiny. I remember when I first got this phone, I had this little leather pouch that it sat in on the side of my body. Remember people used to keep their phones on their bodies? I forgot what they called that at the time. You know, kind of like a fanny pack, but, you know, people had their phones clipped to their belt or whatever. I had a leather pouch that this thing would slide in right on my hip. And I remember going to the plumbing supply stores and showing them people what this phone could do. And back then it didn't do much. It did way more than what a normal phone did, but the cool thing is the albums. When you had all your songs that you liked, it was an actual album cover, and you can flip through the album covers. It was so cool. Look how tiny this thing is. I can't find the charger for it. What a bummer, huh? But yeah, I found this in my pile of my junk going through it. Look how tiny this thing is. I thought it was the coolest thing. Whatever. And so one more last thing that I wanted to share with you guys is we got our address down there. We finally got issued our address, because everything you call down there, they go, what's the address? We can't do anything unless there's an address. We can't pull permits without an address. Can't do anything. But anyways, we got our address, which is cool. I mean, so exciting. And then they don't call it Department of Transportation down there like us with DOT up here. I think they might call it DOT down there. I heard different terminology, but roads and bridges or something. Anyway, so they went out to the property the other day and called me, which I think they're phenomenal. I think to do stuff like that, I think her name was, oh God, I don't remember her name. Anyways, she was at the property. She calls me up. She goes, I'm at the property. Because when my wife and I were there, we didn't know this was the process. We were just down there looking at it. And she goes, I see that you didn't stake out where you would want your driveway. So she goes, she looked at the property. Very, very nice lady. She looked at the property. And I said, well, I'm thinking more way towards the right pin marker and come off that pin marker, 10 feet or whatever, and start the driveway. And she goes, yes, I see your pin marker. She goes, I agree. She goes, and we're going to cut in 20 feet. And there's a little bit of a culvert. She goes, we'll put that pipe in there. We'll put, do whatever they need to do. She goes, but your driveway's going to be like 20, 25 feet. That'll get you enough to get into your property so you can start doing your work. I said, how cool is that? And she goes, and that will get you in there. She goes, and once you get your land cleared, your house built, all that stuff, once everything's done and all heavy equipment is out of there, they come back and they asphalt it. At least that section. Pretty darn cool. But I did learn in our conversation that she didn't want to do that until a septic tank design was made. And I said, what's the septic tank got to do with you guys putting in the driveway? And she says that she gets a lot of phone calls of farmers or whoever that just want them to put the driveway in for free, of course. And then all they're using it is for their tractor. She goes, we're doing it for people that are building houses. So by having that septic design, we know that you're committed to building there. And I just explained to her, I said, we live up in New Hampshire. And I said, we're definitely moving down there. And she goes, we'll just do it for you. I'm like, I appreciate it. It's all out. So in about, she said between 2 to 4 weeks, our driveway will be in. I mean, just the little things, that can put a smile on my face. That's all I got for you guys. I can't ramble on any longer. Peace.